I'll edit it out.
No, you won't.
Right, fuel tank's going back in. I'm just going to do a time lapse of everything. Just a reversal of how it came out, really. Straps have been conditioned with the rust treatment and then a couple coats of black gloss. That was the repair where that hole was last night, which now looks alright. Both straps have been cleaned up, and then I've cleaned up all the nuts. That's one filler neck, and then the 5 for the underneath for the straps. So I've just got it positioned back in place now, so that's almost back up in there, and now I need to raise the tank back up and get some of the straps back on. Well, there's good news and bad news. So, good news tank went in dead easy. Bad news is, I'm really not happy with where this fuel pipe is. I'll show you what's going on with it. So the pipe is just there, and it's directly underneath this pipe. So hear that? It's rubbing. Now, I've already bent the pipe down a little bit more. And I mean, everything's together, but over time, I don't trust that pipe's just not going to get rubbed through. It's just not right. I'm really peeved off. In hindsight now, I wish I'd just gone there, because it's serviceable. You can get to it easy. You'd have to drop the tank. I mean, if all goes to pot, you can just replace the sender unit. You wouldn't have to replace the whole tank. I mean, it's drilled in there now. So what I'm meant to do, ignore it and hope that it doesn't cause a problem. I hate things like this. I've gone over the top with it, and it's worse. So the only way I can see how I'm going to get around this now is by taking the fuel tank back out and changing my pickup pipe and adapting it so it's as low as possible, so it comes in under here. I need it to be below the height, well below the height of this here, because the pipe just goes, it's right in the way of that pipe. So I'm going to have to take the tank back out. Okay, so I've made some adaptations to the pipe now. So that is now sitting a lot better than it was before. So I've knocked that whole assembly up the length of the pipe, so that curve now sits a lot lower. So that's reduced the whole height of the assembly. Then I've swiveled around the circlip so that the knuckle is facing away from the tube. So that's given me a lot more clearance now for this pipe to come in over here and not be getting rubbing on this pipe. So I'm going to put a little bit of tiger seal on these nuts over here and sort of go over the tops of them. Just one of the new subscribers has recommended doing that, just to stop any vibrations and things from making these back off, so we'll do that. So the tank is back in again now for the second time, and it is much better. it's underneath there now, so it's out the way. Would I do that again? No, I wouldn't. So, one of the subscribers did say to go for an area which was about 6 inches away from the sender unit, and I can only imagine it was there, and maybe he just got his in a slightly different position which just didn't cause any issues like what mine did, and he got away with it and not had to mess about like this. So if I was to do another one, I'd just go there, and I would recommend you just go there. You don't have to drop the tank out. You don't have to pig about anywhere near as much as what I've had to do. I thought this was going to take a day at most, and it's took up the weekend messing about with this. But it's done now. Right, so I've started the engine just to make sure everything's okay. And I've got a flashing oil warning light. Now I've checked the oil level and it's absolutely perfect on the maximum. Also my volts are lower than normal. I'd normally be looking about 14.5 and I've only got 12.3. So what on earth's going on? Engine runs fine, starts not a problem. Ticking over just like normal. But why would I suddenly have these two issues? That being low and that being flashing. Anybody got any obvious things that I need to check?